Alright, this video is on FX Wildcat. We're going to cover the fill port and gauge assembly, just in case you have a leak, in the gauge, or it doesn't fill, or it doesn't shut when you're trying to vent it, trying to remove the probe. Alright, I'm going to try to depressurize and we'll continue how to disassemble it. There's two ways to do it. All right, you loosen this gauge. Use what is it? 10 mil open end. Loosen the gauge so it leaks a little bit and let it leak off. Or loosen the brass plug here. I got a gauge, but there's a brass plug here. You loosen that, it'll bleed it off. You want to bleed it fast, you can bleed it off here and bleed it up in two different areas, so you bleed down the pressure a lot quicker. All right, when the pressure is gone, it's safe to disassemble. Well, usually I get something round and doesn't damage the fill probe hole. Like I'm doing here, the plastic rod, stick it in and break it loose. If it's hard to unscrew, put this baby on a vise, then turn it, it's loose, unscrew it. Anyway, if you have a leak in this general area here, there's a 23 by 2.5 O-ring that will cause it to leak in that area, in that joint. Here's that O-ring, 23 by 2.5, 070. Right. Here's the brass plug that holds the check valve in place. What you need is a 5 mil Allen. And if you're using a hand pump with dirty air, sometimes it gets dirty in here and it failed to seal or failed to fill. There's a little pin, there's a floating check valve. It has an O-ring. This is 2.5 by 1.5 Duro 90 O-ring. This here. Usually if this piece looked good, not gouged up, I would clean it and put a new O-ring in there. What we got here, the whole brand new set. New pin, new O-ring, just lube it up. Anyway, you need to clean inside the bore. It sits like this. You need to clean where this O-ring seals inside. Everywhere in this hole you need to clean up because it gets dirty right there. Alright. And let me show you some of the holes here and how the passage goes. Let me remove the gauge. If you have issue with the gauge, right, it will leak through this joint here, the hex nut where it's threaded, or it will leak through this hole here. There's some light. There's a hole right there. If it leaks there, you need to tighten it or renew this 4 mil plastic washer. If you don't have one, I would just reverse it and put it back in and tighten it. It usually holds a seal. All right, this gauge here, if it has an internal leak, I would put the aerosol leak test all the way around this on the edge to check for a leak while screwed on with pressure in there. That's how you check it here. I've seen quite a few of them at the bottom. The braze has leaked inside. Alright. And this hole here, right here, it goes all the way through and goes to this vent hole here. So when it reaches the gauge, it senses the tube pressure by going that way and reading the pressure from the gauge. Well, gauge reads the pressure from this side. All right. And to put it back together, clean it. lube it, and it goes in this way. Your hex, make sure there's a hole here with a passage, and make sure you can see light through there and clean. You don't have to be really tight. This I always see it. How I tighten it. And clean a new O-ring, lube it. Make sure the O-ring groove is clean. Going on. And this mating surface for this O-ring inside the air tube, gotta make sure it's clean. Screw it on. Usually the failure with that check valve is when you get dirty air. It's like a filter. It just catches all the dirt and grime, the condensation, and it'll start corroding on you. And then the piston won't travel freely. You'll put your plastic washer back in. Gauge. Tighten the gauge. And we'll tighten the tube. And she's ready for testing. And you make sure your brass plug is tight. Then you put your fill probe and pressurize. You fill to 100 bar at least, and bit off the pressure from the line and see if the check valve shuts. And that covers all about it for the end cap and fill assembly and gauge on the FX Wildcat. Catch you next video.